If you stood in Pompeii that morning, you would not have been afraid. You would have gone to work. You would have bought bread. You would have planned tomorrow. By nightfall, you would be dead, and you would never know what killed you. Pompeii did not feel like a city about to die. It felt ordinary. The streets filled as they always did. Shopkeepers lifted wooden shutters. Bakers worked before sunrise, heating ovens that had burned for decades. Fountains spilled fresh water into stone basins worn smooth by time. Nothing felt urgent. Nothing felt wrong. That was the danger. Pompeii lived in the shadow of a mountain called Vesuvius. It rose above the city like it always had. Green, quiet, unremarkable. No one feared it. No one alive had ever seen it erupt. No one remembered stories of fire or destruction. The mountain had been silent longer than living memory. Silence became reassurance. Reassurance became certainty. And certainty became blindness. Far beneath the streets, beneath homes and temples and bathhouses, something had already begun. Deep underground, molten rock was slowly forcing its way upward. Gas pressure increased inside chambers that could no longer contain it. The earth itself was being pushed beyond its limits. The ground beneath Pompeii had started to fail, but it failed quietly, gradually, without spectacle. No one above it knew. The first warnings were not dramatic. They never are. Stone floors felt warmer than usual. Wells produced water that tasted strange. Animals behaved in ways their owners could not explain. Dogs barked through the night without reason. Horses refused to enter stables. Birds vanished from rooftops and did not return. People noticed. They talked about it. Then they continued with their lives. Humans are very good at dismissing danger when it arrives slowly, especially when yesterday felt the same. By midday, the city trembled, not violently, not enough to terrify. Cups tipped from tables, plaster fell from walls. Thin cracks crept through stone. No one fled. Earthquakes were common here. They always had been. Pompeii had survived them before. The city trusted its past to protect its future. That trust was misplaced. Then the mountain broke. Not gradually, not politely, violently. A thunderous explosion tore through the sky as the top of Vesuvius ripped itself open. The sound echoed across the countryside like the collapse of the world. A massive column of ash, gas, and pulverized stone blasted upward, higher than any cloud, higher than the sun. Daylight vanished. From the streets below, it looked like a storm forming in place. A cloud that did not move. A sky that darkened by the minute. Ash began to fall. At first it seemed harmless, light, almost beautiful. People brushed it from their clothes. Some laughed. Children reached out to catch it as it drifted down. Many believed the worst was already over. They were wrong. The ash thickened. Each hour added weight to the city. Roofs strained under the load, then collapsed without warning. Entire houses gave way. Streets vanished beneath layers of debris. The air turned solid with dust. Breathing became painful, then difficult, then impossible. Only now did panic arrive. Too late. Some tried to flee. They wrapped cloth around their faces and ran blindly through darkness. They choked on the air and collapsed in the streets. Others locked themselves inside their homes, trusting stone walls to save them. Some prayed, some screamed. Some sat in silence, holding loved ones close. Hours passed. The eruption did not stop. What followed was not lava. It was worse. A massive cloud of superheated gas and ash collapsed from the sky and raced down the side of the mountain. It moved faster than any human could react. It reached Pompeii in seconds. There was no warning left. No time to run, no time to hide. The heat was instant, hot enough to shut the body down immediately. Lungs failed before breath could escape. Muscles locked in place. Hearts stopped within moments. Pompeii did not burn. It suffocated. By nightfall, the city was dead. Ash continued to fall long after life had ended. It filled every room, covered every street, buried people exactly where they had stood, slept, or prayed. Pompeii vanished beneath meters of volcanic debris. Not destroyed, preserved. Time moved on. Empires rose, empires fell. Languages disappeared. The city became a rumor. Centuries passed. Then, slowly, Pompeii returned. Excavators uncovered streets frozen in time, homes still furnished, shops still stocked. People caught mid-step, hands raised, faces turned upward. Meals untouched on tables, doors half closed, windows still barred. Not ruins. A moment. Pompeii is remembered not because it was destroyed, but because it shows how civilizations actually end. Not in chaos, not in constant fear, but on ordinary days. When warnings feel familiar, when danger feels distant, when tomorrow feels guaranteed. They thought it was just another morning. They were wrong.